Hello viewers, welcome to V Academy channel. Please subscribe our channel for more educational updates. Today's lecture is about thyroid gland and its hormones. See guys, first let us know about thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is part of the endocrine system and it is responsible for producing and releasing thyroid hormones into our circulatory system, and through our circulatory system the hormones will travel to the target organs. Clear? And let us know about the origination of the thyroid gland. That means from where the thyroid gland is originated. As we all know, all the mammals consist of three germinal layers in their embryonic stages. Those three germinal layers are ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and from the endodermal layer of the embryo the thyroid gland is originated or developed in our body. And let us know about the location of the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland is located in front of the neck, just below the Adam's apple. Look, this is the Adam's apple, and just below the Adam's apple the thyroid gland is located, and this is the location of the thyroid gland. And if you observe the structure of the thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped organ, and it consists of two lobes, that is the left lobe as well as the right lobe. The thyroid gland is a butterfly shaped organ and it is composed of two lobes, left lobe and right lobe, located on either side of the windpipe, and are connected by a narrow tube called as isthmus. This is called as isthmus. Clear? That means the thyroid gland consists of two lobes, left lobe and right lobe. Both are divided by a narrow tube called as isthmus. And now if you observe the lobe of the thyroid gland, each lobe is further divided into number of lobules by connective tissue. These are the lobules of the thyroid gland. Each lobe is further divided into number of lobules by connective tissue. And next about the lobules, each lobule consists of a number of follicles. And let us know about the follicles and what are the follicles, what is the function of the follicle in the thyroid gland. Follicles are present inside the lobule. Follicles are nothing but they are small spherical groupings of cells. They range from 0.02 to 0.9 mm in diameter and play a main role in thyroid function. What is the importance of the follicles? Let us know. These follicles consist of a rim and a colloid. Rim is nothing but the rim consists of a rich blood supply, nerve and lymphatic presence, and a colloid is nothing but it consists of thyroid hormone precursor proteins called as thyroglobulin. It is an iodinated glycoprotein. Precursor proteins are nothing but this precursor protein is called as thyroglobulin, and from this thyroglobulin the thyroid hormones are synthesized from the colloid. So the function of the follicles is to synthesize the thyroid hormones. Clear? And next you can clearly see here lobes are divided into lobules. Lobules are divided into follicles, and these follicles consist of rim and colloid, and the rim consists of rich blood supply, nerve and lymphatic presence, and colloid is a jelly like structure and it consists of thyroid hormone precursor proteins called as thyroglobulin, from which thyroid hormones are synthesized. This is about the structure of the thyroid gland. And surrounding the follicles there are another type of cells called as follicular cells. See here, the follicle is surrounded by a single layer of follicular cells, and function of these follicular cells is to secrete thyroid hormones. Those hormones are T3 hormone and T4 hormone, and they secrete these two hormones by transporting and metabolizing the thyroglobulin contained in the colloid. As I already said, it is a precursor protein, and from the thyroglobulin the T3 and T4 hormones are synthesized by follicular cells. And next about the parafollicular cells. These parafollicular cells are scattered among the follicular cells and in spaces between the spherical follicles. Follicles are surrounded by follicular cells, and in between the follicular cells, parafollicular cells are scattered among them, and inside the spherical follicles, in the spaces between the spherical follicles also, the parafollicular cells are scattered among them. And the function of the parafollicular cells is to secrete another hormone of the thyroid gland. It is the calcitonin hormone, and as they secrete thyrocalcitonin hormone, they are also called as C cells. Parafollicular cells are also called as C cells because of the secretion of the calcitonin hormone. Now it is clear that follicular cells secrete two types of hormones, T3 hormone and T4 hormone, and calcitonin hormone is secreted by the parafollicular cells. Hence they are also called as C cells. Now let us know briefly about the hormones of the thyroid gland. See, when the hormones of the thyroid gland are synthesized, when it seems this thyroid gland must be stimulated by the thyroid stimulating hormone. This thyroid stimulating hormone is nothing but it is a hormone of the anterior pituitary gland. The anterior lobe of the pituitary gland will release the thyroid stimulating hormone. Through the bloodstream, the thyroid stimulating hormone reaches the thyroid gland, and after reaching the thyroid gland, it stimulates the thyroid gland to release the hormones, and on the stimulation of the TSH, the thyroid gland will secrete three types of hormones. As I already said, they are T3 hormone, T4 hormone, and calcitonin hormone. T4 hormone is also called as tetraiodothyronine or thyroxine hormone, and T3 hormone is also called as triiodothyronine, and thyrocalcitonin is also called as calcitonin hormone. And as you already know, thyroxine and triiodothyronine are secreted by the follicular cells, and thyrocalcitonin is secreted by the C cells, that is the parafollicular cells of the thyroid gland. Now let us know about the functions of the thyroid gland. As it is the largest gland of the endocrine system, the thyroid gland has many functions, and as it releases three types of hormones. Here, first of all, let us see the functions of T3 and T4 hormones. See, T3 and T4 maintain basal metabolic rate of our body by regulating the metabolic rate of our body. And next, they maintain body temperature as they increase heat production in our body. They promote growth of the body tissues by stimulating protein synthesis. They regulate the development of mental faculties. They increase action of neurotransmitters like adrenaline and noradrenaline. They play a role in skin maintenance. They play a role in fertility and digestion. They regulate bone marrow metabolism. It is the important function because the stem cells, that means the stem cells which play an important role in the immune system, those stem cells are generated inside the bone marrow. Hence, it is the important function of the thyroid hormone. They regulate bone marrow metabolism. They regulate growth and development. They regulate gonadal development. That means it also plays an important role in the reproduction of the human beings. And they regulate CNS development. They regulate hepatic conversion of beta carotene to vitamin A. Hepatic conversion is nothing but beta carotene is converted into vitamin A in the liver. As it is converted in the liver, it is also called as hepatic conversion. That means the thyroid gland plays an important role in maintaining the skin, maintaining the temperature of the body, maintaining the protein synthesis, maintaining the fertility, maintaining the reproduction, maintaining the bone marrow metabolism, etc., etc. And see here, they also help in the metamorphosis of tadpole into adult frog. Tadpole is nothing but it is the larval stage of the frog in its life cycle, and if thyroid gland is removed, the larva fails to change into an adult. This is the important function of the thyroid gland in the reproduction of the organisms. And next, functions of thyrocalcitonin hormone. The thyrocalcitonin hormone has only single function. This thyrocalcitonin is secreted when calcium level is high in our blood. When the calcium level is high in the blood, the thyrocalcitonin is released from our thyroid gland, and the thyrocalcitonin will suppress the bones, and will suppress the release of calcium ions from the bones into the blood. That means the calcium is released by the bones, so it will suppress the bones not to release the calcium ions into the blood, so that it lowers the calcium levels inside the blood. These are the functions of the T3, T4 and thyrocalcitonin hormone. And I would like to explain the next video, and thanks for watching.